Crypto, lenders top week's best performing financial stocks, insurers slip. Our Telegram group, which we will share airdrops and pre-sales soon, has been established. For instant crypto money news, you can use the Telegram link in the description section. Use the MEXC stock market link to buy and sell with zero commission in spot transactions. 2 crypto-exposed stocks and 3 lending companies topped this week's best-performing financial stocks. On Thursday, a judge's ruling on the trading of crypto assets lifted the crypto sector overall. For the week, the financial select sector SPDR ETF XLF rose just under 2%, underperforming the S&P 500's 2.4% growth. With banks starting to report Q2 earnings on Friday, the Nasdaq KBW Bank Index BBKX also gained just under 2%. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase Global Coin, bounding 34%, led financial stocks with a market cap of at least $2 billion for the week ended July 14. On Thursday, a U.S. District Court judge ruled that trading of XRP/XRPD in the secondary market by individual investors didn't qualify as security. Some consumer lending-focused companies also climbed as consumer inflation numbers continued to cool. Upstart Holdings UPST, which offers a loan platform for banks, gained 29%. In the same week, Arbor Financial Credit Union signed onto its platform. Bitcoin miner Riot Platoform's Riot jumped 24% in a week when Bitcoin Trust gained 3.9%. Online lender Rocket Companies RKT, known for Rocket Mortgages, increased 18% and wholesale mortgage lender UWM Holdings UWMC gained 17% for the week. A large trust bank that posted weaker than expected Q2 revenue and insurers led the financial stocks that dropped the most. Progressive PGR stock slid 11% for the week after the property and casualty insurer posted lower than expected Q2 earnings and rising combined ratio. Subsequently, Wells Fargo downgraded the stock to equal weight from overweight. Trust Bank State Street STT dipped 7.8% for the week after Q2. Revenue disappointed as net interest fell during the quarter. Progressive peer Allstate all fell 6.6% during the week, and insurer Kemper KMPR dropped 5.5%. Rounding out the 5 biggest decliners of the week is Banco BBVA Argentina BBAR, which declined 5.2%. Other notable financial stories of the week: Wells Fargo boosts outlook for 2023 net interest income. Citigroup Q2 earnings miss as market. Investment banking revenue disappoint. JP Morgan Chase Q2 earnings bolstered by consumer. Commercial banking strength. Bank of America ordered by CFPB to pay over $100 million to consumers. Fed's bar says large banks' capital requirements need to be strengthened. Ripple CEO calls SEC bully as XRP lawsuit sets landmark precedent. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse calls the SEC a bully in the wake of XRP's unprecedented win following the most recent court decision. Speaking on Bloomberg TV, Garlinghouse describes the palpable joy that filtered through the crypto space following the Ripple lawsuit ruling. He gives the reason that this is the first crypto case that the SEC has lost. The LBRY case, where the judge ruled in the SEC's favor with the final judgment handed down this week, is a more recent illustration of the agency's winning streak. The Ripple CEO stated, "I have heard from hundreds of people throughout the industry, there's just broad enthusiasm and excitement. This is the first time the SEC lost a crypto case." Garlinghouse adds, "The SEC has been a bully." Per Cornerstone Research, the SEC brought 24 crypto-related enforcement cases between January and early June, including lawsuits against the exchanges Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini. The crypto sector believes the SEC has overstepped its powers. SEC Chair Gary Gensler, who has long maintained that many digital assets exhibit characteristics of securities, maintains his tough stance. The SEC declared 19 crypto assets as securities in the Binance and Coinbase lawsuits, which investors perceived as potentially damaging enough to trigger a strong sell-off. As a result, many U.S. crypto businesses have started expanding overseas due to concerns that local trade would be mostly restricted to Bitcoin, which regulators perceive as a commodity. The Ripple case is a blow to the SEC, which says it is reviewing the ruling. Via its spokesperson, Scott Schneider, the agency said it was pleased that the court found that XRP tokens were offered and sold by Ripple as investment contracts in violation of the securities laws. Undermining the SEC's comments, the Ripple CEO says the recent court ruling represents a complete loss for the agency as it means that XRP is not a security. Garlinghouse describes the attempt by the SEC to paint the recent verdict as some sort of split victory as pathetic. The good, bad, and the complicated from the SEC versus Ripple verdict as bulls Envision $10 XRP price. XRP surged to new highs after a U.S. court ruled that the asset is not a security. The token rose by nearly 70% in less than a day, with bulls hoping to break the $1 price point. Despite the victory, there are fears that the securities watchdog may file an appeal against the ruling. Barely hours after its historic victory, XRP became the fourth largest crypto asset with a market capitalization of over $40 billion, but there could be further trouble on the horizon. XRP bulls are rubbing their hands in glee at the resurgence of the token after Ripple Labs scored a win against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. On July 13, the court ruled in summary judgment that the sale of XRP on exchanges did not meet the criteria for classification as an investment contract. The judgment was accompanied by a mass hysteria by the community that buoyed the asset to a 52-week high of $0.8875. The value spike translates to a near 70% spike for XRP as bulls anticipate the asset class reaching $10. Regarding transaction volumes, XRP has been a beehive of activity, recording over $10 billion in volume, a staggering 70% increase in under 24 hours. A contributory factor for the soaring value is the relisting of XRP on a clutch of exchanges, including Coinbase. While the community continues to savor its hard-fought win, pundits have warned that the SEC could be heading on appeal. However, optimists argue that the chances of the U.S. Supreme Court overturning the decision remain slim, given the antecedent of the apex court. The odds are even if the SEC wins at the appellate level, they'll lose at the Supreme Court, said ex-SEC advisor Justin Slaughter. The Supreme Court has been very hostile to a bunch of agencies recently, on a host of issues from the APA to how staffing at agencies works. The SEC dragged Ripple Labs to court in December 2022, alleging that the firm and its executives had engaged in the sale of unregistered securities. Rather than reach a settlement with the SEC, Ripple Labs opted to slug it out in court in a case that spanned nearly 3 years. The decision puts a dent in the SEC's cases against Coinbase and Binance, revolving around facilitating the sale of unregistered securities. Coast is not yet clear for Ripple Labs, although it was decided that XRP is not a security. The court ruled that the sale of the asset to institutional buyers violated U.S. capital market rules. It was discovered that the sale to institutional buyers may have netted Ripple Labs profits in excess of $600 million. Ripple Labs faces another mountain to climb on the claims that its institutional sales amounted to an investment contract, under the court's litmus test. The most important part of the ruling is the court found that your company broke the law and made illegal institutional sales, said US-based lawyer Joe Carlaser. Your company made $700 million in unlawful profit. Good luck at the trial claiming ignorance of Howie. Circle CEO embraces regulations in Hong Kong, Envision's role for yuan-backed stablecoins in China. Jeremy Aller, the co-founder and CEO of Circle, operator of the USDC stablecoin, has expressed optimism about the development of Web3 in Hong Kong and the local monetary authorities, HKMA, efforts to regulate stablecoins. While acknowledging that mainland China is unlikely to open its markets to cryptocurrencies, Aller believes that stablecoins could play a role in the internationalization of the yuan. Aller stated in an interview with the South China Morning Post, if eventually the Chinese government wants to see the RMB used more freely in trade and commerce around the world, it may be that stablecoins are the path to do that more than the central bank digital currency. Aller highlighted the potential of stablecoins pegged to fiat currencies, specifically mentioning a stablecoin pegged to the offshore yuan, CNH. He emphasized that stablecoins could offer a more immediate solution for the Chinese government's goal of internationalizing the yuan, compared to a central bank digital currency, CBDC. While some government officials in mainland China have shown support for Hong Kong's efforts in the cryptocurrency industry, there is no indication that Beijing itself is warming up to crypto. Circle in favor of HK regulations. HK engaged in cross-border trials. Hong Kong is positioning itself as a global virtual asset hub, and is focusing on regulating stablecoins. The HKMA has committed to introducing regulations for stablecoins by 2024, recognizing their potential impact on financial markets. The Securities and Futures Commission is also working on complementary regulations for stablecoins. Circle's USDC, the second largest US dollar-backed stablecoin after Tether, USDT, is considered a regulated stablecoin issuer, and the company is encouraged by the HKMA's prioritization of stablecoin regulations. While central banks worldwide have expressed concerns about stablecoins' impact on financial stability, the HKMA has proposed that the value of reserve assets should always match the value of outstanding stablecoins as a mitigating measure. The HKMA is also researching the possibility of a digital Hong Kong dollar, and is participating in a cross-border trial of the ECNY using blockchain technology. Aller believes that central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and private stablecoins can coexist in a well-regulated environment. He sees CBDCs as a means for central banks to upgrade their systems, but believes that private sector innovation on the public internet is distinct and valuable. Circle has a significant presence in Asia, with approximately 125 employees in the region, making it their largest non-US market. We're excited that this is a priority for the Hong Kong government, and it seems like it's a real priority for the HKMA, Allaire added. That's tremendously positive and is really motivating for us to want to be able to grow our business here. The regulatory initiatives and focus on stablecoins in Hong Kong align with Circle's business goals, and the company is motivated to grow its presence in the region. Allaire's positive outlook on stablecoins and the regulatory environment in Hong Kong demonstrates the potential for continued development and adoption of digital assets in the global financial landscape. Our Telegram group, which we will share airdrops and pre-sales soon, has been established. For instant crypto money news, you can use the Telegram link in the description section. Use the MEXC stock market link to buy and sell with zero commission in spot transactions.